All right, a wonderful Tuesday morning to you once again, wherever it is you're listening to us from. This is omoluwabi 87.7 FM. And welcome to another interesting and exciting, educative edition of the program. News Lens. Let's say News Lens. This is Periscope, not News Lens. This is Periscope on omoluwabi 87.7 FM. And you know how we do it on the show. We bring some of the national discourse to the front table. We discuss them, we dissect them, we analyze them, and we talk about them. That's basically what we do on the show every weekday from the hours of 11 a.m. till around noon. Noon. Studio time check. 5 minutes gone past the hour of 11 o'clock from the studios of omoluwabi 87.7 FM. And I am Oluwatayo Ajiwole, and I'm reporting for duty today, the 15th day in the month of October 2024. How are you doing this morning? Once again, it's Periscope right here on your favorite dial. You know how we do it on this show. We discuss some salient national issues. When we say we discuss, that means you and us here in the studio. It's not just all about us, about every one of us, because it's a national discourse. These are the things we should talk about. These are things we talk about to foster national development right here in Nigeria. But then we've realized that people tend to shy away from speaking. People tend to shy away from saying some of these things, and that is why we only want you to always talk. Yeah, we want you to talk and speak your voice. You never can tell who is listening to you. And like I always say, the people in the right positions, the people in authority are listening, and they are ready to do some of the things. They are ready to do some of the things we are talking about. And this morning we're going to be talking about something very important and something very cogent and urgent. Something that is of urgent national discourse this morning. Very soon we'll open the phone lines for you to join the conversation. When the time comes, you call in and then drop your comments and thoughts as regards some of the things we'll be discussing in the studio this morning. And then you can also go watch us live on Facebook at omoluwabi 87.7 FM. Omoluwabi 87.7 FM is the Facebook handle. Go drop your comment there. When the time comes, we watch you live. And then we read your comments. Well, as you're watching us live, we read your comments, and then you can share the post too on your own personal timeline too. We want to engage as many people that we can engage today, this morning. So it's going to be all about our engagement with you this morning. We want to engage you. We want you to talk, and then we want you to drop your comments. We want to receive your calls this morning too. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy, because it promises to be an interesting and exciting time on radio. Welcome once again to Periscope right here on omoluwabi 87.7 FM. We'll be diving straight into some of the things we have this morning. Just take it to your radio set. Right here, welcome back. It's the Periscope right here on omoluwabi 87.7 FM. Like I said earlier, I'll be discussing something very important and something very cogent this morning. But then before we delve into what we have for today, let's talk about some few things as regards national development. In recent time, I want to know if you have electricity in your area. Let's start with that. Because as it is now, it seems that there's total blackout in the city of Ibadan. Not just in Ibadan, majority of the areas in Ibadan. I got to work this morning and many people are telling me it's been blackout since for the past 3 days, 4 days. And then we realized that the national grid has collapsed again. This is about the sixth time in this is about the sixth time this year already. And I'm asking the question, what's really going on in Nigeria at this time? What's wrong with the national grid again? That's the question we're asking this morning. I would love to take your calls. Do you have lights? Let me put it that way. Do you have lights in your area? When was the last time you had electricity in your area? But the public source, I'm talking about public source. I'm not talking about the electricity you generated by yourself, either through inverter or through generator or anything. I'm talking about the public source that the government owned the electricity. Do you have lights? When was the last time the electricity distributors gave you power supply in your area? I would love to know that, because currently as we speak, it seems the whole of Ibadan is on a blackout. So I would love to know, when was the last time? For how many days have you been without electricity in your area? That's what we'd love to know on this part of the program this morning. It's because it's a thing of national discussion. You can go drop your comment too on Facebook this morning at omoluwabi 87.7 FM. omoluwabi 87.7 FM. That's the Facebook handle this morning. Drop your comment there. We'd love to read your comments when we see them this morning. You can also call us on 07047007999. 07047 007999 07047 You can also call us on 08053888933 08053888933. Those are the studio lines to call to be a part of the program this morning. We've always been talking about this time and time again, because it seems it's not getting better. At some point, we hear that the national grid has collapsed. At another point, we hear that the power grid has collapsed again. It's about the sixth time in this year. I'm asking the question, what's really going on? What's wrong with our maintenance culture in this part of the world? Should we always have to go through all of these challenges every time? Should Nigerians have to suffer before they get the basic social amenities that they're supposed to get? Electricity should be what Nigerians should get freely as it is at this point. But then it seems it's not just what they can get freely. Even if you get electricity many people are even complaining about how much the hike in price of electricity at this time. Even with the hike in price, the electricity is still not available for people to get. So I'm asking the question this morning, when was the last time you had a power in your area? When was the last time you had power in your area? Let me put it straight. When was the last time you have lights? You had lights in your area? That's what we want to know on this part of the program this morning. So we'd love you to drop your comment on Facebook, and of course call us in the studio this morning, 07047 007999 07047 007999. You can also call us on 08053 888933 08053888933. That's what we want to know on this part of the program this morning. We are so much interested in knowing that this morning. So I would love you to call in and then drop your comments this morning. Drop your thoughts as regards that before we move on to what we have exactly this morning. The studio lines are still open. But then, as we await your call, let's talk about some important things this morning. Some things are very important to talk about this morning. We're talking about, you can't talk about governance, you can't talk about what's going on in the country without talking about opposition parties. That's exactly what we are talking about this morning. What's the role of the opposition parties at this time? What are they doing? What have they been doing in time past? And then how have they been trying their best to make sure that they serve as watchdog and they serve as the opposition that they really are. Check other climes, check the United States of America. Once a Republican is in charge at the ends of affair, you see the Democrats coming out to criticize and then make sure they provide some kind of solution to some of the challenges they have in that part of the world. But then it seems the reverse is the case in this part of the country, this part of the world, because in this country as it is now, many Nigerians will say we do not have opposition parties as we speak. Yes, because the opposition parties, they are again divided against themselves. Check out the Labour Party, check out the PDP. There's been some internal wrangling going on in those parties, and many are asking, are these the opposition parties that will take over, that will challenge the main party that we have in Nigeria, will challenge the APC come 2027? This is October 2024, and then we have so many internal wranglings going on in the Labour Party and the PDP. If you check very well, the PDP and the Labour Party are the two major political parties that contested against the APC in the 2022 general elections. But then these two major parties are nowhere to be found as we speak now, because it's always been from one drama, from one saga to the other, and many are asking the question, where exactly is Nigeria heading to? Because as it is now, we do not even have any party, a viable opposition, so to speak, that can stand against the APC come 2027. So this is basically what we'll be discussing on the program this morning, and I would love you to sit back, relax, and enjoy it. And we want to hear your thoughts too. When the time comes, we want you to drop your comments and then your views as regards some of these things this morning. You do not forget that I said earlier too, we also want to know, when was the last time you had power in your area? When was the last time you had power in your area? And these are the things we want to know, because as it is now, the national grid has collapsed again, according to reports. They said the national grid has collapsed again, and many people are in darkness as we speak. And many people can't currently access electricity in their area. The power shutdown, the power outbreak in the country at this moment, and it's just so sad, and it's not so cool enough for us as a country, for us as a people at this point in time. So we would love to take your thoughts as regards that too. But then before we move on in taking your thoughts, I would love to take you to I would love to talk about some few things this morning, and that's some people are speaking. And then I want to ask the question, is it true? Someone said something very important, and that's in person of Chief Dili Momodu. He's a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, and also the presidential flag bearer in the last primaries of the People's Democratic Party presidential primary election that I held last year. And he's saying, he said a lot of things yesterday. He actually said a lot of things yesterday. He spoke about how Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is a threat. Would be a threat, let me put it that way, would be a threat to the current president, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, come 2027. But then I'm asking the question, a threat? Because the PDP as it is now is a house divided against itself, like I said earlier. And he also said a lot of things that some kind of people, there's some caucus in the PDP that are fighting very hard not to make sure that the PDP the PDP doesn't stand on its feet again. They want to kill the PDP. That's according to his words. And I'm asking the question, who are those behind the PDP's ordeal at this time? Who are those that doesn't want the PDP to survive at this point in time? Because whether we like it or not, we need the PDP at this time. Yes, we need the PDP, we need the Labour Party, but then it seems they are nowhere to be found at this point in time. Who is performing the role of the opposition at this point? A lot of questions we need to ask ourselves this morning. Who is performing the role of the opposition at this point? Because it seems the PDP and the Labour Party are just doing so well in terms of doing internal politics, and then trying to drag each other's foot by not allowing each other to move. Many people are saying, so many people do not like the face of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and so by all means they are trying to put the PDP down. And some people are saying it is the wing of the Alhaji Atiku Abubakar that is not making the PDP to thrive. And there's another twist to that story. Many are saying the main political party as we speak now, that's the APC. Many are saying the APC is the one disturbing the PDP at this time. The APC is the one disturbing the Labour Party at this time. And I'm asking the question, why should you allow an opposition party to come have a say in your political party? Don't you have elders in that political party? Don't you have a constitution that backs that political party up at this time? Why should you allow, a President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to come and intervene in your internal crisis in your party? But then we've seen some feelers, we've heard some feelers too coming from reliable sources saying some people are hell-bent. They just want to work for this current administration in the PDP. Some people in the PDP, rather, they are hell-bent. They want to work for this current administration. They want to make sure that, like according to Chief Dili Momodu yesterday, he said something. He said this set of people, they are even working in anticipation for 2027 to make sure that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu gets a return ticket and he wins again come 2027. And we're asking the question, then if you have, is Nigeria a mono-political system? Do we have just one political system? Is it a one-party system in Nigeria? Is it not supposed to be where Nigerians will have choices when Nigerians we have choices to pick from. But then as it is now, it seems it's only the APC, so to speak, that has the final that is ruling the country. We don't have opposition parties doing their jobs at this time. So this is basically what we'll be talking about this morning. And like I said, you are my analyst this morning. I want to hear from you. I want to speak with you this morning. We are streaming live on Facebook this morning at omoluwabi 87.7 FM. Omoluwabi 87.7 FM. You can also reach out to us via our phone lines this morning. The studio lines are open 07047 007999 07047 007999. You can also call us on 08053888933 08053888933. What's your take on this? Do you really have opposition parties in Nigeria? What is exactly is the responsibility of the opposition party at this time? This is basically what we'll be talking about this morning. So I will implore you to stay glued to your radio set because we have a lot of things to talk about this morning. This is the Periscope Radio on omoluwabi 87.7 FM. We'll be back. Alright, it's still Periscope right here on omoluwabi 7.7 FM. And then we've raised some issues. Do we still have opposition parties in this country? What is the role of the opposition party? Are they performing their role? Are they performing up to expectations at this point in time? It's been from one place. At some point in 2022, what caused the downfall of the PDP in 2022 in the last general election? If you could recall, it was just many would say these are issues that you could resolve and then just move on as a party. But then it seems the APC saw this loophole and then they went in and capitalized on this mistake made by the PDP in 2022. And then it seems the PDP is not, they've not gotten their house in order at this time. Many are saying, what's the problem? Certain parts of the PDP, at some point, it was if you do not forget, it was at that time that we have the G5 governors coming on board and saying we are not supporting the candidacy of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. If we are not, if we are having the chairman of the PDP coming from the same region with him, many are saying the chairman at that point in time should come from the other parts. The chairman of the party should come from other parts of the country. And then they are saying if they will be supporting at all the presidency, the candidacy of the Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. And then these are same, sir. And then we all knew what happened at that time. Then there became an alignment between the PDP and the APC. And then alignments came, and then PDP, APC, there's some part of the PDP went. You can remember the likes of Nyesom Wike declaring publicly saying he won't support the candidacy of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. He declared publicly during that period of time. And then not about now. Wike is currently working with the APC. Wike is the current Minister for Works under this administration, under the Asiwaju Bola Ahmed administration as we speak at this time. And we're asking the question, what exactly is going on? Is it not too dangerous for Nigeria's democracy at this time? Is it just one single party system? That means Nigeria probably will not have an option than to choose from one person. Because it seems the PDP and the Labour Party are not even trying a lot. Let's go back to the Labour Party too. There's been some internal wrangling going in that area. Who will be the chairman? Who will be this? Who will be that? Meanwhile, governance is going on. The APC is doing their thing, and it seems it's a win for the APC already at this time. But then it's a win for the APC. But then it seems it's a loss for democracy in Nigeria. Democracy is losing in Nigeria as we speak at this point in time because. What's the essence of democracy if you don't have people that will check you? What's the essence of democracy if the opposition is out against, divided against itself? What's the essence of democracy if there are some things that need to be done amongst the opposition parties that they are not doing at this time? If the opposition at this time is still trying to fix how their house will go, they are trying to put their house in order at this point in time, that means democracy is of no value. That means democracy is at risk. Let me put it that way. It's at risk at this point in time. And it's just so sad that we found ourselves in that kind of situation in this part of the world at this time. So I would love to know your thoughts this morning. We want to know your thoughts. We want to know exactly how you feel about this current situation in the country. Should the PDP and the Labour Party, shouldn't they put their house in order? 2027 is just around the corner. Because it seems Nigerians do not have any option again than just to go with the APC forever and ever. Because the PDP is trying to be what exactly? We can't even understand. At some point, many people came on board let's check out what's happening in the PDP. About that's the Ijo Damagum. Some certain parts of a certain faction decided to suspend the chairman, but the chairman is saying he's going to use force. He's going to make the use of force, to make sure that he arrests, according to him, he will arrest some members that are not allowing him, that would not allow him rather to thrive as the chairman of the PDP. Let me put it according to his words this morning. According to Damagum, he says PDP factional chairman clash as governor fails to resolve crisis. The governors have been trying their best to resolve the crisis. Damagum camp threatens to arrest Mohammed led National Esco. And I'm asking the question, excuse us, should this get to this level? Should this get to this level when you would have to come and say you want to arrest and exactly some members of your own political party? That means you guys have a lot to do. I mean, I've been calling, where are the elders? Where are the elders? Where are the elders of the PDP? Where are the elders of the Labour Party at this time? We need you. We need you to come forward because Nigeria we can't afford to have a system, a democracy without an opposition at this time. Many would say majority of the members of the PDP are members of the are members of the APC as we speak. Because if you check it out, many of them will say they are card-carrying members of the PDP. But then, who exactly are they working for? Are they working for the PDP or are they working for the APC at this time? A lot of questions we need to ask ourselves. A lot of questions need answer at this point in time. But then it seems it's a sad one, yeah, and that we have to deal with at this point in time. We'll be talking more about this. But then we need to pay some bills at this point in time. I want to go on a short commercial break, and when we return, we'll be delving fully and talking more about this. Do not go anywhere. This is still Periscope on omoluwabi 87.7 FM. We'll be back after this short timeout.
Of Integrity, 87.7 FM.
Rocking the city waves with the voice of integrity, 87.7 FM.
For the best in news, talk, and music, omoluwabi 87.7 FM is your best dial. Keep listening. Omoluwabi 87.7 FM is calling on small businesses, large enterprises, corporate organizations, religious centers, and more to place their adverts on the radio at affordable rates and take your business to the next level. Visit us at Mokola Hill, Ibadan, or call 0905 339 5550. Your business will sure prosper.
This is calling on all telecom subscribers who are yet to link their national identity number with their SIM to visit the nearest office of their service provider with a valid NIN for verification and linkage, or risk losing the lines permanently. Your service provider will confirm your national identification number in the database of the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, and help recover the bad number after successfully linking your NIN with your SIM. A link will then be sent to you to automatically link your NIN with your phone number. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC.
The dial that makes your day complete. The radio that keeps you updated with fresh news stories. We keep you informed with our educative programs. Not forgetting to entertain you with good music that keeps you refreshed. Omoluwabi Radio, 87.7 FM, upholding integrity, educating the society.
Fresh news, best talk, hot music, where else?
Omoluwabi 87.7 FM.
Alright, you're welcome back. It's Slippery Scoop right here on Omoluwabi 87.7 FM. Right about now, I have with joining me on the show, Kayode Ajani. I will be joining us via phone lines this morning. Good morning, Kayode. Hello, good morning, Kayode. Hello, good morning, Kayode Ajani.
Good morning.
Good morning. You know what we're talking about on the show this morning. It's about the internal wrangling in the PDP and the Labour Party at this time. And many Nigerians are saying we need the PDP, we need the Labour Party at this time. They shouldn't be fighting against each other at this time. We need them to really come be the main opposition parties that we want. You can't just allow to leave the APC alone to be doing whatever it is they want to do. We need the PDP and the Labour Party. What's your take, especially with what's going on in the PDP at this point in time?
Thank you so much. In my own perspective, I would say that we all know when it comes to going to court, in and out of court. You know, court is not something that you go in the morning and you receive judgment in the evening. You know, unless when the power that be also have interest. You know, we have seen cases whereby they will go to court and they receive court injunction that same day, final judgment that same day. But in their own case, and just as you also stated in your introduction as well, you will notice that whatever that is going on between or among the opposition party that we have currently, it is to the advantage of the ruling party. So in this essence, the plan for this opposition party, provided they are thinking in quote, you know, is to resolve whatever that is happening internally. You know, and that is what will lead me to say that for this to happen, that means that, you know, individual interests must be addressed. You know, they must respect individual interests, and they must also ensure that whatever that they have as individuals that they have, you know, against each other, they must bury it. But if they should keep on going to court, now and then, the repercussion is that the court judgment will not come early. That's one. And then even if it comes, we have seen cases whereby they are conflicting judgment, and this current administration will be happy, because do not forget that we cannot have a democracy without opposition. That's the fact. In real essence, being in the opposition group or camp is not evil. That is what people must understand. Yes, it is not evil. So even for a society to be, properly managed, those in power needs to know that some people are somewhere that appear the people as an alternative, provided they do what is not right or what is wrong. But in this case, even our own opposition are not even thinking that they are supposed to, that oftentimes we keep on giving an example of the advanced country and so on, especially the United States. You will see that parties over there, they carry themselves in such a manner at which, they present themselves in such a manner to the people that will give the people a sense of hope, whatever the ruling party is not, addressing their needs, especially as it relates to policies of the government and so on. But in this case, oppositions are not even, gathered, are not one. They don't even have a focus. That's the right word. So they don't have a focus, because by the time you keep taking yourself to court now and then, removing your chairman, removing this and that, when will you now have the time to, present yourself to the people as a viable alternative in the next election? Is it after the election is 3-4 months that they will start doing that? No. By this point, opposition party should be doing what we know as, yes, and then do not also forget that we always say when we talk about politicking and so on, propaganda too is also part of the tools of the opposition. At this time, it is expected that they will also be in the media, or it is not necessarily coming out in the media, because the media will definitely pick whatever that they really, coming out with strong statements as regards the state of Nigeria. And not only statements, coming out with statements with their own, point of view and what they would do differently in situations. But instead, they are busy fighting. This is even a tough time for Nigerians, I must say, because the labor union, people do not longer believe in the labor union again. Even the civil society, Nigerians do not longer believe in them again too. And even the opposition is also expected to also play their part. I also find one thing, it is very a serious situation for us.
It's a serious one indeed. Kayode Ajani, you made mention of this situation being a win for the main political party, that's the APC. The APC is currently happy, whether we like it or not. They may not say it out, but then as it is now, we do not have definitely I do not have anybody opposing me. I will be happy about that. I could do anything I want to do. I could carry out anything I want to carry out at this point. As a matter of fact, there are some members of the PDP working for the APC currently. Don't you? And you rightly mentioned that this is dangerous for the Nigerian democracy. Do Nigerians have any alternative, so to speak? You made mention of the labor unions. You made mention of civil society organizations. Then what options do Nigerians have at this point in time?
The option that we have is, we hope that that we also discuss about the elders in all these opposition parties, that what are their elders doing. And then I was of the opinion then that elders too that have eaten what belongs to sow, or how they usually put it, such elders cannot say the truth. Likewise, the conflicting parties will not see such elders as someone to respect or to listen to. That's another perspective to it. But as regards your question, well, I also want to believe that they are definitely listening to us. So the best thing is for them to, put on another thinking cap. The fact is that Nigerians need them. That's the fact. Yes, because if we should go back in retrospect, 2014, when things were also difficult, we can see opposition here and there, coming out with statements, coming out with, strong strong alternative, choices. Even though we all know that even if they get to power too, it is not as if they will be the Messiah.
Kayode Ajani, please give me a moment there. You talked about 2014, 20 during those period of we saw what happened during when the period when former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was the president of this country. The opposition was so outspoken at that point in time. It brings to memory so quickly. It's one particular person, and that's the person of the former Minister for Information. That's the person of Lai Mohammed, always coming out to speak at every point in time. At that point in time, but then it seems what we have now, it's an easy ride for the APC, so to speak. We do not have people coming out to say things. We do not have many. I listened to the interview granted by Chief Dele Momodu yesterday, and he's talking about a mega coalition. And I'm saying, is a mega coalition going to be the solution to the current crisis we have in the country at this point in terms of opposition? Because if you check the Labour Party too is also a house divided against itself. You can even look at recently, there's been a banter between the Labour Party and Rabi Kwakwanso. Rabi Kwakwanso saying he can't be a deputy to a certain Peter Obi because so we have supporters of Peter Obi too saying that Peter Obi can't be a deputy to Kwakwanso. A lot of back and forth as regards that, and we're asking the question, excuse us, Nigerians really need you at this point in time. You shouldn't be about your personal interests. You should be about Nigerians at this point. What's your take on this?
Thank you so much. You see, you spoke about Lai Mohammed. It was the role that Baba Lai played prior to that election that actually earned him a ministerial slot. And that is what we are saying. If you could recall, I also mentioned earlier that it's not as if this political party too would be our messiah by the time they come to power. No, but at least they will serve as a, I don't want to use the word threat, but they will put the ruling party on their toes.
On their feet, yeah.
Yes, exactly. That is what you are saying. But in this case, as at then, every now and then, the opposition party then were suggesting solutions to our issues then. If you should move left, look left, you will see press statement, this and that. Even though at the end of the day, when they got power, we all knew what happened. But they played that road successfully, using propaganda, using all sorts of tools that opposition can use. And then at that time, at the point too, this subsidy that we are discussing now, former President Jonathan wanted to remove it then. It was this same opposition party that stood against it. So this is what we are saying. Either good or bad, we cannot, overemphasize the importance of the opposition. Speaking on the way forward, just as I started by saying, the way forward is for us because there is no any alternative to the role of opposition party. That's the fact. So the way forward is for them to, put on a thinking cap. Yes, whosoever that can speak with them should speak with different individuals that are causing issues. And that I also stated in the morning that one of the reasons why it will be difficult for any individual or any elder somewhere to call some of these, because people that are causing problems in some of these political parties are not up to 10 each. That's the fact. In PDP, we can start to name people that we know. They are not up to 10, 5. So, but the reason why it will be difficult for someone that is superior to them to actually call them is because of the fact that it now has to do with who is financing who.
These guys are big guys.
Yes, exactly. Elders that is on your payroll. So how do such elder call you to order? That is the problem, and that is why some people have actually suggested, when the issue of Rivers was actually boiling, then that the only person that can call the president to order then that can call Minister Wike to order then was the president, and that was because it was the president that was paying him at that time, and that is still paying him. That is just the logic.
So
yes.
apparently, as we speak now, the ruling party has some members of the opposition party working for them, and as a matter of fact,
they are fueling it.
And as a matter of fact, we all know them. Let's not start mentioning names here. And people are saying, as a matter of part of the things Chief Didi Momodu mentioned yesterday, he said, what do you expect when someone is paying you? What do you expect from such persons that is being paid by some certain individual to work for them? Do you expect them to want the peace of the party they belong to? And as a matter of fact, many are asking the question, why is Wike still a member of the PDP? Shouldn't Wike just declare for the APC once and for all?
Do not even be surprised, Tayo. The only person in Nigeria of today that can talk to Wike is the president. And that is because
Kayode Ajani, please wait a moment.
More than him.
And that's why I'm asking the question now. Why should it be that it's the president that can? The president is a member of the opposition party. Why is it that it is only the president? Why can't a certain some individuals? Why can't take for instance Governor Seyi Makinde be able to speak with Wike? Governor Seyi Makinde is a sitting governor, is a member of the PDP. Why can't Alhaji Atiku Abubakar be able to speak with Wike? Why can't some certain members of the BOT? We have a member of the BOT from Oyo State here. We have the former deputy governor of Oyo State as a member of the BOT of the PDP. Why can't he speak to Wike at this time? That this is the PDP. It's our party. As a matter of fact, this is a party this is a platform on which we rode on, and that gave us a platform to be whatever it is that we are at this point in time. Why is it that it's the president that will be able to speak with Wike at this point in time?
Thank you so much, Dayo. And that is actually a fantastic question. But let me start by saying that despite the fact that it is only the president that can speak with Barrister Wike, at this point, it is not something that the president will do, because whatever crisis that is happening in all the opposition party is to the advantage.
It's a win for the president as it is. So the president won't speak the truth.
And at the same time, you actually mentioned some individuals' names that are expected to serve that purpose. But do not forget, over the years, they have been ruling that party as 2-3-man party, 3-man party of a team. That is the reason why. Because those people that you mentioned, at one time or the other, they have requested favor from the honorable minister when he was governor. It is an open knowledge that even in this Oyo State, at the time, before Governor Seyi came on board, Wike was already a governor then, he went to him for support too. And then all these people act like emperors. So you cannot face such an individual to advise him or to call him to order. He's going to remind you at social point in time, I did this for you, I did this for you. And do not forget, even this man has not even been hiding it from the public. He has mentioned publicly that at a point when everybody left, he was the only one that remains in the party.
Even at some point, he said he's going to put fire in some states if they do not go with him.
So he's actually seeing the party as something that he built. He's seeing the party as an entity that he has invested so much in, and that he can do and undo. If I live, I live. If I remain, I remain. That is the kind of game that he's playing.
All right.
So, and then because of the fact that he has extended an hand of support financially to a lot of people, majorly those that you mentioned, it will be difficult for them to call him to order. And that is the kind of politics and governance that we run here. It is a money politics, money political party, which is quite wrong. People themselves, very soon now, they will start asking people to come and register as a member of the political parties. It is just for bank clearing transaction. I'm not even sure that the bank even recognize it in bank.
Kayode Ajani, let me ask this question. In the real sense of it, don't you think Wike is PDP as you speak at this point? Because whether you like it or not, he stood by PDP. He paid all the dues for PDP. And as it is like this,
there are ways that he can there are ways that you can, go about it. That is what we are saying. At a time when the issue of Akintola and Baba Olowo also happened, when Akintola was to be made the premier and so on, at the point too, to some people in history book, that Baba Olowo was not really satisfied. Sure, you get. But at the same time, at that point, before Akintola left the party supremacy still needs to stand. That is it. It needs to stand. Even though there are two options like that, even at the time when Bola Ige got the ticket here in Oyo, here in the Oyo State, it was also recorded that Bola Ige was not initially the choice of Baba Olowo, but he had no choice. This is what we are saying. Even though if you are not, in support of so individual, but because of your party, so far the party have decided that yes, this is what we want to do. This is who we want to. Do not forget that all this crisis started when he was not made the vice presidential candidate
of the PDP.
Yes. It should not be about you. It should be about the party. So even though you are financing the party, in fact, in those years, they will tell you that yes, people were financing the party. In fact, some of our parents still have the card that they used to contribute to action group and so on. But at the same time, you cannot still remove the fact that likes of Awo and Co still have a larger stake when it comes to donation to the party because they have resources than some other people. That is what I'm saying. So at every point in time, even in a community association that you guys pay monthly contribution or quarterly, you will still have some people that are well to do that can, people are donating 1,000, then me, I'll support you with 10 bags of cement. It happens everywhere. That does not mean that they own the community.
I need to let you go, but then before you go at this point in time, let me ask you this question. Should we be expecting a mega coalition like they've been saying come 2027? Where should we be expecting that coalition, so to speak? Because it seems, the PDP, the Labour Party, or any other party you can make mention of at this point in time, they can't give Nigerians what they want at this time. So should we be expecting another coalition, just like the APC did?
Mega party cannot come from any one of them because they are not matured. Tinubu was matured enough before he came to power. That was why he was able to achieve the APC then. These guys are not mature. That's the fact. Because if you cannot repress your own interest for the interest of the majority, they cannot achieve this. And then all these guys that I'm seeing, they are not in that light. Because do not forget that if not for the role that Tinubu played, when he played it for the ACN and for the APC, they wouldn't have, got power in 2015. And then that was because, despite the fact that he has his own interest too, it was not too obvious, and then it was not too ambitious as at then. It was calculative. But these guys, I'm not sure a majority of them actually, think in that regard. So I'm not seeing anything good coming from them at all.
Thank you very much, Kayode Ajani, for spending our time to speak with us again this morning. We sincerely appreciate it. All right. Thank you very much. That was Kayode Ajani, owning house, public affairs analyst there, speaking on the issue of PDP, Labour Party, and the opposition party at this point in time. If you can join the conversation, I can see the phone lines beeping already. The studio lines to call are 07047007999, 07047007999. You can also call us on 08053888933. Let's see who is here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you calling us from?
This is Prince Bumi Adifuse calling from Apata.
All right, Prince Bumi Adifuse, please make your points.
Yes, sir. It's not that we do not have a opposition in the country, but these oppositions that we have, they are not focused on what we expected from them. For example, as a PDP, you see PDP party now fighting themselves instead of them to be checkmating the current administration led by APC of the woes Nigerians, they brought upon Nigerians. I can remember vividly in 2012, 2014, even 2015, what they did to Jonathan then. they make sure that they rescue power from Jonathan at all costs. They tried all their propaganda and they won. Now, this government, you can imagine a government, a party rather, that lied against Jonathan, ruling Nigerians. What do we expect from them? And I don't blame the PDP or Labour Party, ABGA, and all that, and even NNPP, because they don't know how to play oppositional role. They don't know how to lie. Let me put it that way. And it's not that they are not talking. Even of President Obi and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar said, Mr. President should reverse his economic policy that is not paying Nigeria.
Sorry, Prince Bumi Adefusi, can I cut you short there? Beyond just talking, don't you think the PDP, the Labour Party, they need to arrange themselves? They need to arrange their house internally.
Yes,
because Nigerians definitely...
in order.
Yeah, because Nigerians need them at this time.
We really need them. We really need both parties, APC, Labour Party, and PDP. We really need them to play the oppositional role. They need to wake up from their slumber. That's my submission, sir.
Thank you very much for being a part of the program this morning, Prince Bumi Adefusi. We sincerely appreciate you for dropping your own 1 cent as regards that this morning. Let's see if we can pick one more call. The studio lines are still open. 07047 00799 07047 00799. You can also call us on 08053 888933. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from.
I'm Bossa calling from Ibadan.
All right, please make your point.
Okay, sir. On this issue of opposition, it's highly necessary in Nigeria. We cannot continue to have leaders who just care less about the masses for their own interests. They work on their own interests. Every policy they make that is meant to work for the masses, they take it as everything. But that which is meant to be for themselves, before you know it, within a twinkle of an eye, just hearing news by the end of the day, before the break of the day, that something like this had taken place. So the opposition party, I believe, if they had been taking enough proactive steps, measures, putting in measures in order to make sure that these people stand up to do the needful in terms of delivering good governance to people in the nation, I believe things would have been better than the way it is now. And also, I want to plead with our former leaders, our former presidents, just the way Baba Obasanjo has been doing, addressing the leaders, other presidents, other former presidents, and other leaders who can stand as stakeholders should begin to address these people. And they should not just watch things keep going upside down the way it is going in Nigeria. It doesn't sound fair enough. This is Giant of Africa becoming an ant. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being a part of the program. All right, very quickly, let's see who is here. Last one for today, this morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, I think we lost our call there. That's all we'll be able to take on the program this morning. Sincere appreciations to everyone who joined in this morning. We sincerely appreciate you for being a part of the program this morning. And that's all we'll be able to take on the program. Periscope right here on omoluwabi 87.7 FM. We really need a viral opposition at this point in time. And we are urging all opposition parties, do the needful at this time. We need you. We need you. You know you are listening. Let's settle all the internal wrongings going on in these parties. It's not just about us as the people. It's about the country Nigeria, and we need to keep the country Nigeria as one at this point in time. On some other time, that we'll be joining you again on this show. My name is Oluwatayo Ajiwale, and up next is News at Noon, followed by Iroyin Ojo Korin, and after which Benuso will be coming your way on this dial. Until some other time,